Views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily represent those of NCTV, its officers and volunteers, or Cox Cable or Frontier Communications, their employees, or the town of Newington, its elected officials or employees. The producer of this program is solely responsible for its content.
All right, welcome to, wow, that is bright.
What a handsome crew tonight.
Somebody got a navy blue blazer back that I can wear? Man, oh man. This is my summer, you can tell this is the August show. This is the Talk to the Mayor program for August 5th of 2019. I'm Steve Parker. Whoa, I need a little color. He's your mayor. Mayor Z, how are you there, man?
Well, good. I'm just back from too short a vacation in Vermont.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you try to get up there every year, right?
Yeah, this year I got up there about 5-6 days later than I should have because there was meetings that I had wanted to attend. So that comes first. But I got up there. I had a good enough time, and by the time I rested up, it was time to pack up the car and come back.
Now, whereabouts in Vermont?
Little town called South Hero on Grand Isle, right in the middle of Lake Champlain.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's maybe halfway between Burlington and the Canadian border.
Are there a lot of mayors there? Is it like a mayor's protection program you're in up there?
Well, my security detail was there. Everybody noticed the convoy of black Suburbans plus the surveillance drones overhead.
And the drones.
Yeah, I got to have the drones. But this will be the last year for that, of course.
Yeah, of course. You have to give up. The mayoral mansion up there.
I have to give that up.
Back into the tent.
I have to give up the scepter, the crown, and the sash.
Are you looking forward to retirement?
Yes, there are things I want to get done. And just haven't had the time to do them. So hopefully, after a couple of days of sleep, I'll be ready to go and start on my want-to-do list.
Oh, okay.
My want-to-do list, and yeah, that's right. We're counting down. We have counting tonight. 3 shows left.
Wow. Here.
Oh,
wow. Me and you? We still got 3 more?
Yeah, we got August, September, October.
That's right. And in September, we're coming on the second Monday.
Second Monday is going to be September 9th because the first Monday falls on the Labor Day
weekend, yeah.
And we get even fewer viewers on Labor Day weekend than we normally get. Are we going Facebook Live tonight?
I don't know. John, are we going to do Facebook Live tonight? You feel like this? Okay. All right.
That was the problem last time.
Yeah, one of our goals is to go Facebook Live because people do like to jump in live. They love to write in live. But I understand we do have some things we're going to address with Facebook for the second half of the show.
Okay.
But whenever you bring celebrities into the studio, I think it's important.
We've got to defer to our celebrities, and our celebrities tonight are from the Connecticut Brawlers. We've got Coach Rick Bashand and our running back, Vern McAlmont.
Yeah, man, oh man. Look at the size of that guy.
One with the good-looking hair, who's promised he's going to raise his voice when he speaks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Look at the smile on that, and he has all of his teeth. I mean, that's fantastic for a running back, isn't it?
Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah. This isn't touch football, is it?
No, sir. All physical.
Well, welcome. Rick's been on with us before.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And there's quite a success story with the team and what's going on.
Yes, sir.
And so for people that don't know out there the background about the Brawlers, you've been in Newington for 3 years, but you've been around for about 9 years. So how about the history of the team?
Owned the Brawlers for 9 years. We started out in Waterbury, and then for 3 years. Then we moved to New Britain for 3 years, and then we finally came home to Newington. And Now we're playing at Cleveland Field, which is a beautiful field.
Now, wasn't that something that it took a while to get to Clemlemere, didn't it? I mean,
Well,
to get time out there, right?
It's very difficult.
It's booked a lot, huh?
It is, and there's so few fields and so many sports, and now
Yeah.
with lacrosse blowing up,
Yeah.
and soccer, youth soccer, they had 4-year-old kids. I was there Sunday. 4-year-old kids were out there playing youth soccer, and that's wonderful.
Yep.
You know, but that also takes time away from, and we're all older, so we get the last pick of the field, and that's the only reason why we have a backup field that is in New Britain.
Yep.
But that's the only reason why we would go there is because we don't have a field here to play.
that-
But the town has been wonderful to me. Mr. DeMeo has worked his tail off to try and coordinate things and switch people. And the youth group in Newington, the Knights have been terrific too, switching days over. And everyone's just tried to help, which is terrific.
So you started in Waterbury, right?
Started in Waterbury.
9 years. Okay, so you did Waterbury, and then you did New Britain after that?
Yes.
And how long in New Britain?
3 years there.
And then how were you able to go from New Britain to Newington? How did all that come together?
Well, they finally gave us a chance to come to Newington. You know, it's like I say, with one field,
Yeah.
it's been terrible. And they were working on the high school field also, so everybody was using just one field. There's just no room. So we just had to stay where we were until the field came up for us.
Now I know that Patty Foley's a big supporter, and she goes to a lot of the games. Mr. Mayor, have you been out there on the field yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
I'm seeing.
One of the things I can do after
I was gonna say.
November.
Yeah. I know. I hear a lot of good things, but I think that more importantly than the game is the success of the program. And I know originally the program started out with taking people that were incarcerated,
Right.
And when they came out of the joint after they did their time, you were helping them find their way back through football. It wasn't just about the game; it was about rebuilding their lives, right?
Correct. They had to get jobs. They had to do community service before they could even play, before they could even suit up.
Okay.
They had to prove to me and the program that they were deserving of a second chance. Of course, 1,000 people wanted to do it, but only a few really wanted to really get that second chance. And the thing I'm proudest of is we had over 150 guys on probation and parole, and we've had one reoffender in 7 years.
Really, only one?
Only one. The average rate is 65% every 2 years. We had one reoffender. To this day, of all the guys that come up there, we got guys jobs that would never get jobs before. I was very lucky. Can I name places?
Oh God, yeah. Is it okay?
Like
Can you
Home
name
Depot,
places? Yeah.
Home Depot, Lowe's, Kohl's, Dunkin' Donuts would give my guys a chance, even if they had a felony or an arrest record, because normally they get their, you look, arrested,
Yeah, I
and throw
know.
their
It's tough.
thing away, and these guys, what are they going to do?
You can't even get anybody to talk to you if your record's pristine these days. To
tough.
get anybody, it's all online. You got to send resumes. You don't ever get human contact. If you get rejected face to face, is the big thing these days.
Right.
So to be able to get jobs.
Do you get any assistance from the state agencies, corrections
No.
or social services or
I-
probation or anything like that?
We had no assistance from anybody.
All right.
No, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we
Yeah.
did have a couple of people from town donate to us this year.
Okay.
Which was terrific. And
I donated last year.
I didn't know if I could say that. I was going to say
Sure,
that.
gosh,
Oh
sure.
well, I'll tell you. I could say
Sure.
Whatever you want.
Mike from Auto.
Mike Camillo.
Mike Camillo. He wrote us a check, a substantial check.
Yeah, that's
for
Mike.
us. If we didn't get his check, I doubt we would have went to Florida last year.
Yeah, that's Mike.
And he just met us out here, and hey, I'll help you.
Yep.
Never.
Yep.
Nothing. The kindness of that
Mike
man.
has always done a lot in support of the town, and I know it's tough because he gets involved with a lot of stuff in town, and he's politically active in town.
Yeah.
And I know it's no matter which way it goes as far as discussions and how it can get heated in some of the meetings, right, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
But Mike is always at the end of the day, no matter what may happen politically, he's always supporting
Well,
places
let me
in town.
tell you one quick thing about Mike. And the thing was, I was like, let me advertise it. I want to put you in it. He didn't want me to say anything to anybody. So I'm probably not supposed to be telling you right now. But he didn't want to make it as
Don't anybody listen, turn off the sound.
He didn't want to make it be like, he didn't do it because he wanted to get some recognition.
No,
he did it to help us out. Okay? And I thought that was just wonderful.
Mike is one of those guys that he sees that in people. I know of other people in town that he has helped
Absolutely.
out just to kind of give him another chance.
Yep.
Now, Vern,
Yes, sir.
I got to ask you, McAlmont. What is McAlmont? That's a great name. Is this your real name, or you just use this for football?
No, it's my actual name.
That's a
Vernon
powerful.
McAlmont.
Are there a lot of McAlmonts still in Hartford?
Yeah, I'm a third actually. My father's the second, and my grandfather.
Really?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, and how many people do you have living at home in Hartford now?
We have quite a few. I have quite a few in Hartford, a few in some from Hartford, and some from the South End.
Yep.
But we have a bunch of big families around here, so
Oh, wow. So
just try
now-
to stay connected a lot.
Now I understand from what you were saying before the program that Vern, you went to a technical
Yes.
high school, and
Yeah,
then you
Prince-
found your way into this.
Yes. I went to before I even started football. Before I went to Prince Tech. Actually, I was doing drumming for like almost 5-6 years.
What kind of drumming?
Like marching band type of drumming.
Really?
Yeah, I was playing like the bass, the quad, snare, all the type of the drums. And then, I don't know, I just had a friend from school. He just told me, "Hey, you're really big. We need you to play football." I was like, okay. So I said,
I'll play.
I was like, I'll try it out. I mean, it wasn't really my thing, but I just said, I'll try it out just for fun. And then, I just started playing, and then I started like enjoying it, and just having fun. And then my boys tell me, "Oh, you're really a good player. You should try to be really serious more." And then, I took that, I appreciated it so much for him saying that. And then everyone else, from other people telling me that, I just started like really like thinking about like, wow, I can actually do something. So, I just started trying to get myself better, developing, learning, and then I just started to grow a passion for it. And then I met Connecticut Brawlers. I just wanted to keep playing.
How did that connection happen with you getting with the Brawlers? In Hartford, going to Prince Tech, doing all that stuff, drumming. Who introduced you to the Brawlers?
So it was honestly one of my friends who's a player on the team right now. He told me about, because I told him I still want to play football, I'm not done. And then he said, he's looking for semi-professional teams. And then he told me about Connecticut Brawlers. And then we both looked into it. And then we said, we're going to give it a try out. We heard about the coach, his history, everything that he's done. And I appreciated that, and I liked it. So I was like, I want to be part of a team with a coach like that. So, I wanted to join the team. I did, and just help out as much as I can, And he runs this program is really helpful. The team players, we're really strong. Everyone, we try to help out each other a lot on the field, off the field. It's a great experience, honestly. So
It's good that you don't have an issue of egos that you see so much in the professional teams.
Right.
And now, just if you could, Coach, how did, again, the connection? He was at Prince Tech, and who brought him to you? How did all that, were you recruiting? Do people in Hartford know about you? Or how does this kind of connection happen?
Well, let me tell you, wherever I go, if someone looks like an athlete, they get a card. Mm-hmm. Hey, you're interested in playing football? Hey, I meet guys at the Stop and Shop. I meet guys at I was at Circus d'Olay 2 weeks ago, and I found a lineman at Circus d'Olay because this guy was at the gate. I mean, I just, go to the gym. You
looked at him and said, you look like a football player.
I said, hey, any interest? Absolutely. You're recruiting 24/7. We also have an outstanding ad, but most of the people find, if you're interested in football, you know about our program, and a lot of people call us up and ask to come and play and do that. So, but we go through we probably have 200 people at the beginning of the year that want to play for us. We whittle that down to 100 that are serious, and then, what we do, though, is what Vern's not telling you is, starting in January, we lifted 2-3 times a week. I think we have some film of it over here. I'm not sure.
We have lifting film?
And conditioning film and pushing sleds in January. While nobody else was practicing, we were doing it 2-3 times a week. Wow. I mean, you don't look like this. I mean, he can't show you, but you don't look like.
Come on!
Sure, you don't look like this with arms.
The mayor up over your head.
With arms like this and 3% and 3% body fat by sitting on watching it on TV.
Yeah.
And Vern is bought right into it, and we've just taken off since then.
Well, talk if you could a little bit, Coach, because I know that the mayor has a fairly strong knowledge of the background of the Brawlers. But what about the game and the team is just a little piece of what the Brawlers is all about. Absolutely. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the philosophy and maybe some of the things you do in the community. Oh, there they are.
There we go.
Holy cow. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Whoa.
Where is that?
That's at Connecticut, in Newington, on a Burn Turnpike, Connecticut workout.
I know.
Okay.
There, he's wonderful. We go up there all winter long, and we go all the way up until in July.
All right.
And that's just, and like I say, everybody else is home doing something else. They're at the gym and the nights they're not with me, that's just with me. The nights when they're not with me, they do their own thing on the side also. You know, but as far as the brawler program goes, for years I've always wanted to help guys who just need a second chance. And there's nothing for a 22-year-old guy who didn't make it into college, who didn't do it, to play football. So I wanted to start my team, and then I also wanted it to, with guys who had problems, to work with them and give them a chance to get back into society and give back and help. We probably did over 50 houses last year in Newington with raking leaves, doing gutters, painting, bushes. I'm not supposed to tell you a little electrical work we did, a little plumbing work we did.
That explains the hair. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've heard. I just had to.
But we've done over 50 houses just alone last year in Newington, and helping elderly people, helping single parent homes, veterans, and we have a site that you go on and you just ask for help, and we try to get as many as we can. Unfortunately, we can usually only do weekends, and at the end of the winter this year, boy, it either rained or snowed or was terrible the couple of weekends in a row. So there was a few people we missed out that we didn't get to do, but we did as many as we could.
How do people sign up for this? What is the site that they would go to sign up?
Sure. What's Happening in Newington is one very good site. That we get most of them from. Newington News.
Oh, yeah.
And
these are the Facebook pages.
All the Facebook pages.
Yes. Okay.
And I'm learning. But since I came here last time, I learned how to do that stuff myself now.
All right.
It's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've even learned how to answer back.
And you realize,
Your main web presence is on Facebook. Is
Yes,
that
it is.
correct? Okay.
Yes. And
and that's so important.
yes. And we always get like, oh, my aunt or my mom or my neighbor. If you have a neighbor that needs help, if you have someone that we're here to help our community. And the thing is although we are not our players are not from Newington, many of them, okay, my guys do a ton of work in Newington. All right, and they come from their towns to come over to help our program in our town, which is what they're expected to do.
Oh, I'm thinking of recruitment for the Iwo Jima Memorial.
We already talked about that.
Yeah,
yes.
maybe when we do our spring cleanup, that'll be that.
Well,
Do you charge for your services?
we
People
charge
all-
nothing, sir.
Okay.
We've
Okay,
never
come to
charged
my house like
anything.
every week and a half, every
Well,
week and a half.
I will
for
tell
money.
you, I have walked off of a couple jobs.
Yep.
There's one in particular. He killed me on the internet and stuff. But if we go to a house and you got a $60,000 car, and I'm going to an $800,000 house, and you want me to do your gutters for free, I'm not here to take business away from the people who want to do this.
Exactly.
I'm here to help the people who can't afford it or can't pay it.
Yeah.
Or can't do it, or living week to week or paycheck.
Yeah.
Those are who we're looking to help.
Yeah.
And
Anything through human services? You ever go down there and tell the folks?
as a matter of fact, I just met with a lady 2 weeks ago down at that we're going to go and start offering our services through there. We do have a sign up at the community center.
Yep.
Over there.
The
it's just
senior
gonna go-
center.
Senior center. I'm
Senior
sorry.
center, yep.
Senior center. And like I say, the first couple of weeks is we get 30 calls right away, but we do as many as we can, and we have repeat customers. I've gone to the same lady's house for 3 years in a row, and it's terrific.
Yeah, you might want to have like a coffee hour over at the senior center sometime.
Could do that.
And
Sure.
talk about your program and maybe get a few more
Sure.
clients
But
signed up.
But all that work can't be done by me.
No.
It's all done by my players.
Oh, I had a feeling it wasn't all being done by
Oh, but I don't miss a one. I'm in all of them.
I knew you weren't out there by yourself doing the gutters. I was sure of
Yeah,
that.
the gutters are tough. I can do the raking and the blow,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
gutters are tough. But yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all
But
about giving back.
you just got recognized too, and I want to point that out before we miss too much time. I understand that there's been some great recognition for the Brawlers from
really
the
has.
pros.
From the pros,
Yes.
we have a letter from the New England Patriots, and last year we were on their list. They have a list of nonprofits in all of New England, all New England states, and they have 25 prizes they give out every year of cash prizes. And last year we didn't make the list. We made the list, but we didn't make the 25. So they had to take the top 100. And this year we made the list and we won one of the 25 prizes. And it's a $10,000 donation from the New England Patriots to the program for all the work that my guys have done and what our program is all about. The work we do with getting guys into college, getting guys jobs, getting guys better jobs, and just the brotherhood that we have. Everyone has a team that says, "Oh, we're brothers, we're family," but we truly here are brothers and family, as Vern said.
What does it cost to run the team each year?
It costs about $25,000 to $28,000 a year if we don't go to Florida.
That's right. You went to Florida last year.
Went to Florida.
Was that because of the donations you were able to get to Florida? I mean, that wasn't a cheap thing to do.
No. I've been eating ramen noodles again for a long time, and a lot of people gave up. Mark Seams was terrific with helping.
Yep.
Also, like I say, we had donations from other people there, and we just low budgeted it. We were lucky to get a house for, an 8-room house out there that only 15 people were supposed to be in. Well, there was 25, but no one counted. So,
Good.
But it was a terrific experience for those guys. But what I do is every couple of years I change over teams. I get rid of. I have 2-3 years is maximum that I want the guys with me because they're either grown past the program or are settled, and I want to give other people chances to get it too. So out of the 35 guys last year, we only have 2 guys left over from last year's team.
No Tom Brady's on the Brawlers.
Well, we might have a Tom Brady. we have a very good quarterback this year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have a very good quarterback this year.
But not at 45 years old.
No. But no, that's a tremendous award that we were picked over all the people that Mr. Kraft could have picked for, and we're having a luncheon on August 20th at 11 o'clock in the morning to award us that, and they're going to have kind of a big thing up there for.
You go right up to the stadium?
That'll be
Right up to the stadium, right at Gillette Stadium, Mr. Kraft. We get to watch practice, meet the players.
Wow.
And get the check.
Oh, yeah?
the important thing.
They don't leave there without the check.
No, I can guarantee you that won't happen.
$10,000 before we run out to the car.
Well, they do have one of the 25 people that won. They do give $25,000 to whoever came in first in their eyes up there. But that they do up there for dinner. But no, we're thrilled that we're recognized up there. It's a great thing for Newington that the Newington, Connecticut Brawlers have recognized. You'll see it in the newspapers and I guess they'll do some press release or something. I don't understand about that, but it's terrific. Our program's just grown leaps and bounds. Yeah. Leaps and bounds every year. I have one thing. Can I say one more last thing?
Yeah, sure.
We have a home game this Saturday, 6 o'clock at Clinton Muirfield. And every year we honor one person, either Man of the Year, Woman of the Year. Last year, we have a Man of the Year who was a very important guy for us, J.W. Stewart, who I know that you know, was our Man of the Year. He helped us when I was in Waterbury so much, put us on television, wrote stories about us. He's the only one who got what we were trying to do and put a positive spin on it instead of negative like a lot of people did. This year, we're going to honor our Woman of the Year, and it's going to be Miss Patty Foley.
Our Patty Foley?
Your Patty Foley.
Hi, Patty.
Go, Patty.
Patty has been our #1 supporter from the town of Newington.
Oh, we always hear from Patty when it's time to have you on the
She comes to the games, she hollers, calling, she was arguing with a referee this weekend, I think.
She does that here.
But I'll tell you, but it's not because of what she does for me. Okay, it's for what Patty has done for all the years for all the people in Newington. I see what she does. I know what she does. I see all these people here out at the parade at 6 o'clock in the morning setting stuff up there. I'm still there at 5 o'clock when they're still not done putting all the stuff down. I see all the hard work here. I worked here a couple of times in the back there. We volunteered a couple of times here. And all the things that she does. She's wonderful to us, but she's also wonderful to the town, and that's why we're going to recognize
awesome.
Miss Patty at halftime of our game. We have a plaque for her.
Really?
We're going to have, but that's in 2 weeks. Her thing is in 2 weeks, the 17th. We have 2 home games in a row, the 10th and the 17th.
I hope Patty brings a camera with her. Can somebody make sure Patty's going to...
Well, we invite all of her friends to come down. We're going to set up a little tent for you. You can have hot dogs down there.
Wow.
You could be, if you want to come on the field at halftime with her. and accept an award. We have a nice pamphlet about some of her accomplishments.
And this will be on what date?
The 17th.
17th. What time?
6 o'clock is kickoff. We'll probably be about 7 at halftime for the thing. It'll be about 10, 15 minutes long.
Okay.
And anyone that wants to come down and be part of honoring Miss Patty, come on down.
Cool.
All right.
All right, well, I know we do have one more player, and only because I know we've got to wind things up and address some of the stuff that you have there. But maybe somebody in the back area back there, one of our crew members, can we come out and take Vern out of here gently? He's awfully large.
Yeah, don't
love
mess
and
with
respect.
Vern.
But because I know I've got Gerard Rivera is back there. And maybe we can just I just want to hear Gerard's story.
He's got a great story,
because I
too.
know he was kind enough to come down here. So if somebody can to come on in and help Vern out of the room, or let Vern help you out of the room, I don't know what's going to happen. But if we can de-mic Vern and let's bring in Gerard Rivera, if we can, into our
While you're waiting for Gerard to come,
Yeah.
let me just say one last thing about Vern, and that Vern has been chosen to represent the United States on their national team, and the United States is playing Mexico December, I think it's December 13th or 14th. I'm not sure about that. Is over 400 people tried out for this team, and they only took 60 people, and Vern was chosen as one of the 60 people to represent the United States over in Mexico. That's the head coach right there for the United States national team.
Wow.
And that's Vern grabbing his stuff right there. That's some of the things we was talking about with. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was. I like you see right there. I was signing autographs for the kids, take some pictures, and it was a great. It was a blessing. Like, it was a great opportunity. We had a little cookout where everybody, gather up just to it's like I said, it's more about the people than the players. That's how we see it. So it was a blessing. I'll never take that opportunity. I would love to go back. I can't wait to go back to actually just to help out and to see the new things. And
we want to get the update from Mexico City too, and get that when you come back. Maybe.
Sure it's gonna be fun.
All right. You want to just bring him in, John? Maybe we can hook him up over Vern's shoulder. Or, is that you think? Bring him in. Okay. Okay. Vern?
Not with that look on John's face.
Okay. Well, let's let John do his thing of his magic over there. By the way, we are on the air live on your community access station, NCTV 14 right now, channel 14. And would like to ask you also, if you would like to call in and ask a question, they'll pass it along through to us. That's 860-667-5814. 667-5814. Thanks, Vern. 667-5814 is our studio line if you'd like to call in. And I think Vicky's watching the phones tonight. So if you have any questions, pass them along, and she'll pass them along to us. You can also always send emails at talktothemayor@nctv.org. And I know we've been doing some stuff on Facebook, on some of the Newington sites. If you have a question there or comment there, which the mayor does have some. The only thing I do ask, excuse me, the only thing I ask on Facebook, and we have to kind of try to keep it to a question if you can, because without actually having you on the phone so the mayor can say yin and yang and yin and yang, it's not really fair if you want to go to a town council meeting or something and get up on the mic. But when we're doing Facebook, we really need you to be succinct. Even if it's just a quick comment, it's not a question, that's fine. But some of the dissertations, I love you all, but we just can't address all that on a short program.
3 minutes at a council meeting, and that's it.
Yeah, boy, and you hold them right to that, right?
You betcha. I believe in running an efficient meeting. There are those who don't like the way I do it, but after...
Yeah, don't worry about it. He'll be out of here in a few months.
I'm gone in November.
Lame duck.
Anyway. But in the meantime, the clock is mine. Let's remind people before we go to Gerardo one more time about Patty Foley being honored on August 17th, Amir Field. 6 p.m. is the kickoff.
6 p.m.,
and she'll be honored at the halftime ceremony.
Absolutely.
Our own Patty Foley.
That's awesome. And you know something, Patty, she is one of those people that she won't go away until she gets what she wants. The plain fact of the matter is Patty wants things done a certain way, and it's very difficult to say no to Patty. It's a lot easier if you just go, okay, Patty, what do you want to get done? But there's not a lot of volunteers that you can put up up against Patty, because she's a workaholic and she really gets it done. I mean, the stuff that I do, I always say this is zero compared to the people behind the scenes, and they probably pretty much agree with me on that. But Patty, congratulations, and nobody deserves it more than you. All right, now who's our next guest that you're bringing in here?
Gerardo Rivera.
What is it? First name again?
Gerardo Rivera.
Gerardo Rivera. Okay,
Yeah.
Gerardo.
Just like you have written down in front
No,
of
I
you.
scribbled it.
Oh.
Rivera I had. Gerardo. In your defense tackle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, Gerardo, just tell us a little bit about your story and how you connected with the Brawlers.
Well, I started playing football at Prince Technical High School, same as Vernon.
Yep.
Just played it my 4 years, and right after, I was able to join the union.
Yeah.
I went to Florida, and my friend Jaquan contacted me saying that there was a professional team, that they were seeking players, and he knew that I wanted to play ever since I graduated. And so I took the opportunity, I came back to Connecticut, and I joined the Brawlers.
Now, what about if there weren't a Brawlers? What do you do with that talent? I mean, if you come out of Prince Tech and you are a good football player and coach, I mean, what do people do? Just lean up here a little bit. I can't
I'm
see
sorry.
you there.
Yeah. They don't do anything. They just waste.
So they got that talent and they got nothing to do with it.
There's no other than a semi-pro team. There's no place to go. That's why we do what we do.
Wow.
Because
I've got to ask, is that blood on the shoulder of your jersey?
No.
I was going to ask, but I figured I better not.
It's not blood.
Hey, you had a little ruckus out there, but Patty made sure that he understood that she was getting that award.
well, those defensive guys, because that's the helmet color of the last team we just played last week.
This is the color of the helmets after hitting them.
All right.
Really? Okay.
All right.
So now, how many teams are out there in the league, and what is the league that you're in called?
We're in the New England Football League.
Okay.
There's 40 teams from Maine to Connecticut. I'm the farthest team north, south. Not north, south.
South, yep.
Sorry, I'm the farthest team south, and Portland, Maine is the farthest team north.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 40 teams in between there, and that. Connecticut's growing with teams. I think Connecticut has 10 teams this year.
Yeah.
10 teams, and some are pretty good. Some are just put together. Some, will bind together next year to other teams and make one team. But it's difficult.
It's co-ed, right?
Well, there's one girl that plays in the league.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's difficult because you have to fight for a field.
I'll
You
bet.
have to fight for practice. You have to try and buy equipment. You have to get practice time with adults that all work and have jobs and families and kids to get together. It's just very difficult to put together. Plus the money too is a huge thing. I have insurance for all of my players. No team does that, but I won't let my guys play if they don't have insurance in case, God forbid, something happens to them. So we.
Gerardo, any pain, any breaks? Did you have any problems out there?
No.
Now, as a,
Well, that's receiving. How about inflicting? Oh, we don't
Inflicting,
talk
that's a
about
different
that.
story.
so is it? When did you first start playing? When you were a little kid?
No, I actually started playing my sophomore year of high school. Mm-hmm. Prior to that,
And where did you go to high school?
Prince Technical High School.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Prior to that, like Vernon, I used to play the drums at Kinsella.
All these great drummers that have turned into football players.
If we have a football team, we'll have a band.
I was about to say, yeah.
That's it.
Boy, that's fantastic. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Hopefully it's a good season. Coach, anything else before you go?
I have one real quick story to tell you
excuse
this
me.
week.
I'm having a hard time.
Oh, I'm sorry. What Geraldo's not telling you is he has a twin brother.
Really?
Identical twin brother that plays on the team too.
Oh, really?
And he's number 61. And I can't tell the two of them apart for nothing. So I needed.
They both have beards?
They're identical.
Identical.
Identical. You can't tell them apart for nothing. So I needed a running back this week. We're tie score. I needed my big fullback to run into the game to score a touchdown so we could win. I call him. I says running back. So his brother runs in there, runs into the game, gets the ball, runs 12 yards, bangs over 3 people, and scores. The wrong guy's in the game. It's supposed to be him, and his brother snuck in and went in there, carried the ball for the first time in his life, scored the winning touchdown, and that's my.
Can you still count the touchdown because it wasn't him?
Oh,
because he's still a team member, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you think of that, Gerardo? Did you say that should have been me?
At first, we was laughing on the sideline. I was like, "Oh, that's the wrong person." I was like,
And you both play the same position?
No.
Well, when we need a big fullback, when we need a big burly guy, we usually send in one of our 2 big guys. And it seems how they both, like I say, you couldn't pick them apart.
Wow.
Couldn't pick them apart.
Well, I think you're doing some awesome stuff, and if you can keep us up to speed with what's going on, make sure also that that we have the information on our crawl, that we run here.
Yeah.
And as I had mentioned, I think to Mark, because Mark Seams is back there, and it seems like he's always back there. Seems like okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm sorry, I had to do that. I was
We know
talking,
you're clever, yes.
maybe with Patty's help or something, we could have some sort of maybe you guys could do maybe a special program in here for a half hour one time and talk about the team.
Would love to.
It takes a lot of work to put it together. Excuse me, but if anybody can do it, Patty can probably find some folks to help out, and that way we can run that throughout the season too. Or even, I know with Patty and her crew, maybe they can shoot something over at one of the games. A little bit of the game and a little bit of talking behind the scenes.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're doing bigger and better things every single year. We're getting bigger, better, smarter every year. I'm learning a lot of things too as I go on. It's Mark and I. That's who runs. We do everything. So we're getting better at it, and the town's really coming through for us, helping us out. And you guys are great. I can't thank the mayor enough. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
You guys do so much good stuff for us. We appreciate it.
Well, I tell you, it is really something because Mark is always dropping in notes, and I know at the last minute, last month we were trying to get on before your first game, but we were jammed. So I'm glad we were able to get you on today. In fact, the mayor and I were talking, and then that's when I remembered, oh my gosh, the Brawlers, because he and I were going back and forth about what to do. So thank you with such last moment notice to be able to get on like this too.
We're always ready.
Okay, so now you have a website. Facebook
page, yes.
Okay.
Connecticut Brawlers Facebook page. Yes.
Follow that to see the schedule
Follow that.
of your games.
Schedules games. We put it on the Newington site. What's happening in Newington?
Yeah.
Newington News.
News.
We put them all up on there.
And
Got any YouTubes out there or video clips if they want to see the team in
All
action?
you have to do is go on it. I don't know how you do it.
Okay.
But I know if you go Connecticut Brawlers YouTube.
I know how to do it.
Is that how? That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, great, Gerardo. You know how to do it, but how do we tell them what to do? You just go to YouTube and look up Connecticut Brawlers, you'd be there?
Yeah. Or we can, if Coach allows us, the game film that we get, we can share it on the
Facebook?
website. Yeah.
Cool. I love it. I love it.
And if people want to use your services, also contact you.
Absolutely. My home number's right on the thing. You can call me direct or my Facebook, and then we just start. Whoever calls first, and if we can do it, we'll do it.
There's a lot of people out there that need help, and sometimes it's hard to ask, but kind of nice
Don't
to
be
go
shy.
right up on your Facebook page.
Yeah. And we don't charge. Again, we charge nothing for our service.
He'll once he retires, this guy here, forget it. Oh, right. The mayor will be going out with you to rake.
Hey, listen, we meet all the people, and they're so nice. The people are so thankful. It's a great uplifting feeling, and it's a terrific
I'm really
thing.
glad that you've been able to hang in because I know that last year was tough, especially getting the funding to go to Florida. And again, congratulations. And I understand it was right up to the wire, though. You did pretty well. Would you say you made it to the fourth quarter? Well, you made it to the fourth, but you lost in the fourth quarter, right?
It was the night before, so
oh my gosh,
you can't get any closer than that.
Wow.
We had 7 guys in a 6-passenger van, and 3 of them we rented, and
Wow.
Yeah, but listen, they all had a great time. Not one person moaned or groaned or nothing. It was great.
Good.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you're doing, too, for helping a lot of these guys out because I wouldn't want that guy to not have a football team.
No, not
if he
at
was
all.
just running around, it wouldn't be good.
I don't think you want to mess with him.
No, I mean, and Vern, did you see Vern?
Or his brother.
I mean, Vern put John Donahue down twice. He didn't want to leave the show. It wasn't pretty at all. But thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, hang in right there.
Again.
And somebody will be
Gerardo,
in the disconnect. I'm going to reach over here. Gerardo, I'm going to cut in front of it. Excuse me there. Thank you. Thank you, Gerardo. You're the man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Mr. Mayor. Oh,
No, I'm still
you
here.
can stay for the show? All right, just hang in there and they'll
Sure.
come in and disconnect you. John or somebody back there, if we can rewire these guys or unwire these guys or whatever we got to do. We only have a few minutes left of the program, about 20 minutes left to go. So if you would like to ask our mayor anything, it is Talk to the Mayor. Give us a call at 860-667-5814. 860-667-5814. And feel free to ask anything you like or talk to the mayor at nctv.org. Or, there's been some Facebook action. So what do you got? What did you dig up on Facebook? Well, no. What did you find as far as questions or comments on Facebook?
Nothing.
Oh,
Because I don't read them because it gets my blood pressure up.
well, yeah, but you got to read them. Patty went through all the work of copying all these things.
I thought that was your job.
Okay, you want to give them to me?
Well, no. I want to talk about something else.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, tomorrow night, if you're watching live on August 5th, tomorrow night, August 6th, is National Night Out with our Newington Police Department.
That is a great night.
Over at Mill Pond Park, starting at 6 p.m., going to, I think, 8 p.m. And
that's always a lot of fun.
They're going to have food that's been donated by the Outback Steakhouse.
Ooh.
They're going to have a dunking booth, all sorts of entertainment. You get tours and demonstrations of police equipment, police vehicles. It's all free. Weather should be with us. I'm planning on being there. I'm not going to be in the dunking booth.
Oh, come on. Dunk the bear.
Well, there are those who would like to, believe me. And, I went last year. It was a great time. Great time. So it's free. Did I mention that? It's free. So come on out.
Hey, you know something I wanted to ask you? I know this was a tough year for the extravaganza. How did everything play out at the end of the week? Was it a good week?
I was going to ask you if you survived the extravaganza because
I leave town when the extravaganza happens.
You were smart. Let me tell you that the heat was so bad that the decision was made the day before that it wasn't going to start on Saturday until 5 p.m.
It was a good move, yeah.
And, obviously there was a reduction in the number of vendors who would set up their easy ups and whatnot because of the reduced time. And everybody was placed in the tennis court parking lot. It worked out for the numbers. Temperature was still kind of brutal, but not as bad as it had been in the afternoon.
How about the fireworks?
Fireworks were fantastic.
Yeah, biggest ever, I heard, huh?
Biggest ever. The great show. I did my grand finale for the countdown.
Oh.
Yes, and watched them, and then got on my scooter and ran away before the big traffic jam.
Well, I have to tell you, the hardest thing for me about whenever they do the extravaganza, as a dog owner, it's tough. I can't, we always say, please don't bring your dogs to the fireworks, but I live so close to it. I really do. It's one time when I have to run for the hills if I've got the dogs with me.
Yeah, back when I had Max the Labrador, we would walk down to the fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
And he was okay until the finale.
Oh.
And the finale, he did not like at all, so we had to leave at that point.
I know.
And the weather was not at all conducive to pets. It was just too hot for pets. And veterinarians are recommending, leave your pets at home.
Yeah.
Don't bring them to the extravaganza. Don't risk heat exhaustion.
I did see a nice note up here about Jamie D. Simone and Newington Police Department. This was up on Facebook. Is nearly at full staff, and as a result, Officer Jamie D. Simone has returned to the Support Service Division as the Community Service Officer.
Oh, good.
And she looks forward to offering old programs, implementing new ones, and continuing to build a police-community relationship.
Yes.
And I mean, she is absolutely such a great girl for the town.
Well, not only does she have that formal function, but I'm also seeing instances where the officers on the street are assuming a community relations role as well.
Big time.
Yes, they realize it's important to their job and to the way they do their job. And they're out there. They're playing basketball with kids sometimes, going out on Halloween, making sure the kids were safe. And it's just a sign of what a great police department we have.
And nothing against, the past, but I can say that many years ago, I remember, but fortunately I was able to avoid most of the stuff because I wasn't hanging with you. No, but
well, you'd have to come down the south end of Hartford to hang with me.
But there were some guys that were, you couldn't get a smile out of them.
I know.
Anybody. And even when you got pulled over, that would happen. And sometimes they'd be kind of gruff. But I got to say, they smile when they put the cuffs on, which was nice. And they didn't hurt my wrist. No.
Well, that's good.
No, we're very, very lucky to have. And you know what I really like, too, Mr. Mayor, and I know you're a big believer in this stuff, too. We don't settle. In other words, it's not the lines that there used to be anymore to be a Newington police officer because unfortunately, police in general have getting knocked around all over the country.
No, that's true.
And we won't go down with our quality. We have to have a certain quality.
No, it's a liability to the town to reduce the selection criteria. It really is. So it's big credit, especially to Chief Clark, to keep the bar raised high.
Well, you know, it's funny because I have family on the police department, and and also in Rocky Hill, I'm lucky that I've got them on both sides, because I always say when I meet a new one, I'm Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve's the guy who'll be pulling over. I won't be drinking. Chances are I may be, doing something, talking to somebody or something, and the car will be swerving, but please remember me. Remember Uncle Steve. But you know something? When you're getting old, when I met one of the police officers recently, and I couldn't even believe I said this. I looked right at him, I said, "You shave yet?" He really did look like a kid.
There are officers now who weren't born when I started with the town.
Yeah.
I mean,
so what about, and that was just as mayor? No. They're very young. What about, what else is happening in town? You say that we're going through some political stuff happening now, or any ruckuses going on? And how are we doing with the town hall?
Town hall's proceeding.
Yep.
There is a lawsuit, as everyone's aware, against the town.
Now, how did all this come about? What happened?
You'd have to ask the plaintiffs how it came about. Okay. The plaintiffs are asserting that the council, the mayor, the town manager violated the charter by approving basically a guaranteed maximum price of $31 million plus, whereas the referendum amount was $28.8
okay, I
million.
get you.
And the difference of the 3 point whatever million would be covered in the annual budget. So a group of plaintiffs got together, and they're suing the town, trying to get an injunction and force a second referendum on the $3.1 million. The case is continuing. Just this morning, there was a hearing in front of a judge on the defendant, that is the town's motion to dismiss. And I was there in Superior Court in Hartford. I was just there as a spectator. The lawyers did all the talking for about 2.5 hours.
They can do that.
Yes, they can. And all I'll say is I left cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, and I know it's an ongoing case, so it's hard to really comment on stuff.
It's ongoing. The judge has, at this point, I believe, 120 days to render a decision, but I think it'll probably be done before that, well before that. So we will see what comes out. And whether there's...
And no matter what, you're still going to adios within another...
That decision, quite frankly, was made at the beginning of the calendar year, and I just kept it under my hat until the appropriate
Well, come on.
time.
I mean, man, you did 4 years. That's a long haul, especially it hasn't been an easy 4 years. It's like from the moment you walk in,
Yeah, well...
There's a lot to do here.
You get used to getting hit in the head with a 2x4. What can I say?
So in general, I mean, we've done pretty well. I mean, as far as July was really good. How are we looking? I understand we have a new superintendent of the schools, and we're trying to get her in, right?
Maureen Brummett started on July 1st.
Local girl?
Yes. She comes to us from Plainville. I think she'd be a wonderful guest here for Talk to the Mayor.
We should see if we can get her for September.
Well, I think that would be great, because September's when... No, I guess these days school starts in August now, but for us old-timers, it's September.
I know. They should never have to go back before Labor Day. It's not right.
I know. So I'll touch base with her and see if we can get her on. I think she'd be a great guest. And she's done a lot. Well, she's showing promise of continuing the work that Pam Muraka started in rebuilding communication between the town side and the school side. So I hope that continues.
That's great. Hats off to Pam, because I know she did want to retire, and she really hung in for the transition.
She hung in until a replacement was appointed. Council honored her on June 20. No, I think you read at the beginning of end of June. We honored her with a proclamation, and unanimous compliments and praise from the council table as to the work she had done. And now she is enjoying life, which is what she said she intended to do, and good for her.
That's great. Thank you,
Good for
Pam.
her. She was great. She was really great.
Now, I notice, is it just me, or are we doing a lot of digging up around town? Seems like we've got construction everywhere, roads are being ripped apart. What do we got going on?
We've got the MDC still working, Cedar and Willard, and you got to be careful, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Road paving has begun, road resurfacing, the asphalt plants are open. I believe the town's website posts a schedule of what streets are being done when. My street yet has not been marked up for any excavation. That's good. I don't have to worry about that. One of the plans, sort of in the sort of distant future, we saw a presentation at last council meeting, is a project by Department of Transportation at the intersection of Fenn Road and El Agreso Boulevard. Turns out that intersection is a lot more dangerous than one would think. There have been a couple of fatalities there along with serious accidents.
Where the zigzag goes there?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what DOT is looking at is, well, we used to call it a rotary, but now they call it a roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got a conceptual design down. They presented it to the council. Again, it's like everything else with the state. It depends on money. So, I mean, it's not going to happen within the next year or two, but it's on the drawing boards. And they even did this animated presentation of how the traffic would flow. That was neat.
So instead of doing like just a regular traffic light, they're doing a roundabout?
Yeah, roundabout, yep. And what that would do, too, is by eliminating the traffic lights, presumably ease the traffic flow.
I would imagine.
And I suggested to them that another place they might do it, too, would be Fenn and Cedar, especially with the exit ramp from 9.
Yeah.
And
Boy, it would really help to speed up that traffic in there.
Yeah, but then it gets stopped up in Maple Hill, Willard, and Maine
Yep.
at the right times of day. And they sort of agreed with me, but realized that was really a long-range project as far as planning and design. So.
Now, what about, being the fact that, you are going to be the finishing up in October?
November 10th at about 8:05 p.m. The new mayor is sworn in. Not that anybody's keeping track.
Now, counting the seconds, what about what are some of the things in such a short run? Are there things that you want to try to get done before you go, or just a smooth transition, or what?
Well, smooth transition. We've got a couple of things percolating right now. We've got the bare bones of a Public Facilities Review Committee drafted out. This would be a committee taking a look at every town and school facility, assessing its physical condition, determining what it needs, working on a schedule as to when that work should be addressed so we don't get caught with any surprises. It would be created by council resolution rather than ordinance or charter amendment. So when its usefulness is ended, it can be terminated. But we're looking at this just to get a handle of our real estate on both sides, both town side and schools, so we don't get any surprises on things. That's one thing. Anna Reynolds Building Committee is up. We're appointing people to positions on that. The council agreed, bipartisan agreement, once the town hall was underway, Anna Reynolds would be next. And it's the one school that hasn't been renovated and made ADA compliant and all the rest of it. So it's time for Anna Reynolds. There's that one. Trying to think what else we've got. We're going to be amending the Don't Block the Box ordinance.
What's that?
Well, you come up to some intersections, you got cross-hatching.
Yeah, okay. What is that?
That means you're not supposed to stop there.
Oh.
you stop before there. Otherwise, you block the box. You block the access from the
Oh,
sides.
so that's like what we up by Firestone up there. We had
Yeah.
those. I wondered what that was. Okay.
Why you were parked in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Well, no, but when you try to take that left, I'm always pulling into that.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I honestly didn't know that.
So we're going to add Main Street southbound and Wells Drive.
Okay.
That don't block the box.
Okay.
So that's.
Now,
That's
is this something that's all over the state? These
yes,
X's is cross.
well, not the state, but also throughout, I think, the country.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what the heck that was all about.
Yeah, because I saw it up in Vermont in a couple of places.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
So.
So pretty much the way things are playing out, you're good with. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's about it. Let me just take a quick peek.
How are we doing on the development on Cedar Mountain? I know that always comes up, but what's happening up top there?
Oh,
Excuse me.
the developer is working, trying to arrange HUD financing, and that
Okay.
is not a short-term project process by any means. So we remain hopeful that this will come to fruition. It's Mike Frisbee out of New Britain, and he's done some work in Hartford, some nice work. He's got the ice cream parlor in New Britain.
Yep.
And hope to see something there. The other end of Cedar Street, down at Cedar and Fenn,
Yeah.
Roy's Dirt Field, as
Oh, yeah.
it was called in the last
Yep.
campaign.
Yep.
We got to take a hard look at that and decide how. The big thing there is getting DOT on board, do something with parking. You know, parking's an issue for the fast track station.
Yep.
And last time around with the potential hotel, we were trying to get DOT to commit to leasing a certain number of spaces out of a parking garage we wanted the developer to build attached to the hotel. And this was in the previous administration, of course, and we couldn't get that. Whether with the debt diet we can get something under Governor Lamont, I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, I want to make sure we only got a couple of minutes left.
That's right.
So I do want to thank our volunteers. We've got Robert Blank, Robert J. Blank, Joe Trombetta, John Donahue, Vicky Rosencrantz, Michael Rosencrantz. I can't believe that Michael's here. It's so
great to have him back.
Yep, the backbone for so many years, Scott Allo.
He's the anchor for this place, I'll tell you.
I want to thank Mark Seams for being responsible for getting our brawlers over here. Vern McAlmont, who was our running back that was on, and congratulations. He's been accepted to the United States national team. And, of course, Gerardo Rivera, who was just here, defensive tackle for the Brawlers. And Rick Bashan, the coach. We've had Coach on here before. And they're over there at Clem Lemire playing. What do you got?
Don't forget, August 17th, Patty Foley, 6 p.m., Lemire Field.
August 17th, Patty Foley, 6 p.m.
She's doing the kickoff.
Lemire Fielding. She's doing the Lemire Field. She's doing the kickoff. No, she's not. And of course, National Night Out, as you had just said.
That's right.
Coming up tomorrow night. A lot of good stuff, and we'll be back again on September 9th. So everybody have a happy Labor Day. Did we do anything you need to add before we go? We good?
No,
we clean?
We're all set.
Okay.
I think we're all set.
All right. We are still working on going live on Facebook because a lot of people have asked about that. So that may be coming up. All right, I guess that's going to do it again. Thank you, everybody. Abby, my little girl back there, thanks a lot. Yeah, she always knows when the show's coming to an end. And thank you most of all for watching us on NCTV 14. Steve Parker, Mayor Z.
Good seeing you, Steve.
Good seeing you. Catch you next time on 14.
2 to go.